While Washington is consumed with the power struggles in the West Wing, and honestly, we are too, it's irresistible, but actual events, real events, keep occurring around the world. Today, the tin pot dictatorship of North Korea launched its second ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missile. The rocket, which could theoretically carry a nuclear weapon far enough to hit a target here in the U.S., traveled about 600 miles before splashing down off the coast of Japan. North Korea seems to be America's most belligerent and dangerous enemy. So why is everyone in Washington obsessed with Vladimir Putin and Russia instead? Scott Adams, who created Dilbert, has thought a lot about this, and he joins us tonight. Scott, thanks for coming on. Why are we so focused on this? Is, again, I'm not carrying water for Vladimir Putin, but North Korea, Russia, it's not even a close contest between which poses a greater threat. Why is our focus on Russia rather than North Korea?
Well, North Korea has the tragic problem of being a boring story, even though it's the most deadly one. Because if you think about it, what people care about are other people. They care about characters. The Russia story has all kinds of characters, like they're just made-for-TV characters. North Korea has one character, and he's literally hiding. All right, he's no good to us. And, you know, the stories about hardware and this missile is better, it sounds like we've already heard the story, because it's the same story. We just keep hearing it again. It's like Groundhog Day. Well, North Korea launched another missile. I guess we're not doing much about it. That's the whole story. But on the Russia side, you've got all the elements for a perfect story. You got the characters. You've got mystery. There's no mystery with the North Korea thing. We kind of know how that's going to turn out, right? But with the Russia thing, we think, this new revelation, this new thing, something's going to happen. But it also has one important element that you need for a story to really have heat and energy. And that is that a lot of people who see the story, not all of them, but a lot of them look at it and they say, that couldn't possibly be true. And there's actually a psychological phenomenon that explains that. There's a great blogger named Scott Alexander who wrote a lot about this. So the less true a story is, and the more the public is onto it, like this just doesn't sound right, the more energy it gets, because that's how you get the people competing and talking about it. But it also has confirmation bias, because it's a sketchy Russia thing, and people think, Trump is sketchy too, so it just sort of fits together in this great hand-in-glove way.
But isn't the role of the press, at least in part, to discern, to make distinctions between the stories that, you know, are interesting and compelling, but also maybe the ones that matter more, just objectively? Like a country that is actively threatening to kill us and appears to be developing the capacity to do that is more important than a country that isn't, right? So shouldn't we be at least trying to herd the public into the more important direction?
Well, it certainly gets reported. Nobody is missing the fact that North Korea has launched another missile, but there just isn't a lot we can do about it. There isn't much to talk about. Right. It really is the same story that just keeps getting repeated. But with the Russia stuff, there are levels on levels. There are hearings. There are revelations. There are leaks. It's just got everything that you need in a story, except credibility, which is, you know, also helps it.
It really is like one of those Russian dolls, and you open it up, and there's just nothing in the middle of it at all.
Well,
it's unbelievable.
Let me tell you about
30 seconds. Tell me.
Oh, well, the credibility problem is that even the CIA says that they are confident about it, confident that Russia interfered. I don't use the word confident if I know something's true. Just saying. Well,
And certainly not as the basis of threatening war against a country. You got to be certain, and they're not. Scott, thank you for joining us. Scott Adams.